drink the Kool-Aid. Yeah, if I keep rocking out to that song, I'm never going to get anything done today. Yeah, I just posted the Mormons drink Kool-Aid video. Alright. So as promised, I'm going to take you on a journey as I go over with you in the pre-phase. This won't be the final phase. This is not the final reading, so it's not going to be in that playlist. Hint, hint. And I'm going to do it in two video forms. One is for the strike motion to dismiss with prejudice. I'm again filing another strike motion to dismiss since Judge Oberg has denied me the initial strike motion to dismiss. So here we go with the second one. And so what we need to do is have things prepared before me before I even start this video, which I did not prepare before me. See, this is just for the lawsuit already. This isn't the box of paper that I got for when we get to the evidentiary presentation. I still have to present the evidence, and that's what's going to be important in this one, is because the defense counsel, if you want to call him that, were purposely insulting me, and I will make sure to point that out. But yeah, they say there's no evidence yet. Duh! We haven't gotten to that phase yet, lawyers who passed the bar, who got licensed in Utah, and who work for a firm and thus a client. I'm a pro se litigant. I have no legal training. I'm just an American citizen saying, hey, I've been abused. I want to redress my grievances with the courts. You know, that First Amendment thing that everybody's wanting to destroy nowadays. So yeah, the manner in which I will be setting this up will be to exploit these disregards of the Constitution, disregards of my rights, and the fatal errors that they make as those who should be held to a higher bar than me. And so I need to take notes as I go through this video for when I do the final draft. Don't drink the Kool-Aid, no matter what the preacher says. And remember, Mormons, you're not allowed to listen to that song because that's considered hard rock with a beat and a tempo. So it's evil. Screw the message, because it's evil. It tells you to stay away from the church. It's evil. Yes, Random Muse, I got your comment and approved the comment for public viewing. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. Alright, yeah, so the first one I'm going to, the acknowledgement or the denial of my motions is going to be involved in the second motion for final judgment, where I will be slamming the judge for what she did and exposing her action as according to the rules of judges, a violation of that. So let me write that down. judges. Because remember, she's already in a conflict of interest, having been hired for her background. She's a federal defense attorney. She knows how to BS. So, yeah, this is what these guys are doing. Okay, so that's for the next video. Alright, so I first need to deal with their claim that the jurisdiction was wrong. And why is this sticky? What did you guys do? Do I need to wear a hazmat suit for this, guys? What did you do? No. Okay. They give an opening statement which is full of fallacies and unsound argument. It's a recognizable claim. Dismissed with prejudice. So, yeah, you're supposed to do the concluding statement at the end, boys. Did you not go to school? Did your parents just pay for a degree in law school? So, that's nice that they recognized a single space. I think they're trying to appeal to Judge First in my violation that is supposed to be double-spaced or something. I'm following the form here, so whatever this spacing is supposed to be the appropriate one. So they won't be able to argue that. But again, I can go over nitpicky details of this that should have no bearing. And I don't know, maybe I need to with this judge. But we need more light. Okay. Yeah, when I redid things, I redid things. Alright. Okay, so he starts off technically in the second paragraph. Most allegations relate to bizarre conspiracy theories. He's talking about jurisdiction here, and that's where I'm going to expose him. So yes, I'm going to just type in some initial stuff for me to then go back in and do a completed version, and then I'll read to you the completed version when I finish. So defense counsel claims improper, or I'll have to go back and look at the wording of the law on that. Improper jurisdiction. Okay. I'm assuming this has spell check. As it is on Word. Claiming improper jurisdiction. And then I'll put the quotes. Bizarre conspiracy theories. Defense counsel is claiming unfamiliarity with, and I need to do 42 USC 1985, which is the appropriate filing for conspiracy theories, which is the appropriate filing for conspiracy theories. So see what I've done there? They're claiming that most allegations relate to bizarre conspiracy theories. The jurisdiction has two kinds. It's 42 U.S.C. 1983 and 42 U.S.C. 1985. 1983 is for one-on-one disputes. Somebody did me wrong, I'm filing a complaint. 85 is for a conspiracy, more than one person involved, and they're all ganging up on you. And so this deals with conspiracy theories, literally, according to the federal law. And thus, I'm responding to their claim that it's the jurisdiction of bizarre conspiracy theories. They are correct. It is, which means it's the proper jurisdiction, not the improper jurisdiction. Ta-da! Alright, so I'll go back and clean that up later. Alright, second one we need to deal with is he's claiming allegations. So the counts. And he is quoting all from the what was it called? Nature of the case. He's quoting nature of the case as his justification for allegations. Those are not allegations in the nature of the case. The part where I say counts are the allegations. And so again, they're making a grave mistake here when they are the official lawyers who went to school, are trained, passed the bar, are experienced, have joined a firm, and have the church as a client. And they're being held to a lower bar than me with Judge Oberg's decision to deny my motions. And that'll be dealt with in the other one. Right here, we have to humiliate the counsel without being abusive in speech. I have to show the facts. And so, defense counsel, whoops, it does have spell check. Good. Defense counsel claims allegations from the plaintiff's nature of the case section rather than the listing of allegation counts section. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. So let's find out. Let's see, this would be 1, 2, I guess. 3, that should be the last page. 3, 4. Let me mark these as I go by. 4, 5. I probably should confirm first. Let's see. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Did he actually do it right? Okay. So yeah, this is why it's good that I did this. Okay. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. It's under 1. Okay, well, let's find... Where is he? Messed up my count, so now I can't confirm that that's what he's referring to. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so that should be their claim to an allegation that the defendant has deceived me as to their status, that of being the true church led directly by our God. Page 12. Defendants. Okay, no, the pages don't match. Okay, it's not that one either. Session of True Church. I can't find where they're getting this from. Did they make up a whole count against them? Should I be adding counts? The defendant has deceived me as to their religion. Guys, I'm looking at 11, 12, and 13, and I still can't find. Let me read it again. They put it in quotes and call it page 12. Defendant has deceived me as to their status, that of being the true church led directly by our God. And under RICO 1, counts 1, defendant claims true succession from the 1830 organization. Defendant claims to be the true church along with the succession from the 1830 organization. The defendant has neglected to explain to me and other agents that the United States disincorporated the original organization. The defendant has withheld its Freemasonry connections before 1842. Before the founding of the original organization in 1830. Count 5, by not informing me of the Freemason Lodge. Wait, what? Defendant has deceived me into believing that a local mob of citizens. No. The defendant has forced me to make a loyalty oath to the defendant as to the true church. Nope. Defendant has deceived me as to the religion I am to be following. That's the closest I can figure. Defendant's first presidency all claim titles of prophet, seer, and revelator. No, they misquoted me. They misquoted me. Those... Yeah, they I can't establish their page numbering because I can't find their claim. I've never said it. Oh dear God, this is worse than I thought. Did these guys fail and just have their parents paid? I don't get it. I can't find it in there. It's not in there. Okay, so I gotta remove nature of the case, but from the plaintiff's complaint that are not in existence. So defense counsel claims allegations from the plaintiff's case that do not exist. Oh man. I mean, I've got to go through each and every single one of these to check and verify. Those sons of bitches. Those bastards. Because I can't tell the page numbering they're using because they've got it wrong. Well, let's try the next one, page 16. Page 16 says, evidence shows the defendant's organizers, led by Brigham Young, did not follow the founding organization's process for succession of leadership. Page 16. So is this 12? 13? 14? 15? So is this 16? I don't know. Okay, so evidence shows. Okay, I see evidence shows, but I'm not seeing, and it can't be this other one, other page after, because that counts under 3, and I'm listing the war crimes thing. So, evidence shows the defendant's organizers, led by Brigham Young, did not follow the organization's process for succession of leadership. Education taught me. No, so it's not, that's not page 16 then. Oh dear God, if they've got them all wrong. Defendant has led me and other agents to believe. Defendant teaches Brigham Young is a true successor of the original. It's got to be this page he's referring to. Evidence shows that Brigham Young instead infiltrated the organization, rose to power, had Joseph murdered so that he could take over the organization. I don't see that as a match. Oh my God! 2 in a row! What the hell is going on? Do these guys, how did these guys get the job? Oh my God! They're making up allegations that I'm claiming. Oh my God! They do not exist. They're putting these in quotes. You can't put it in quotes if there's nothing to quote. What the hell is wrong with these guys? These guys are dumb. Oh my God. Okay, and then we need to backtrack and do A. Has deceived me as to their status, that of being the true church, led directly by our God. I would never have put our God. That's not my manner of lingo. So that was my first clue that something was weird. There's 12 in parentheses, and then all right, B. Evidence shows the defendants' organizers, led by Brigham Young, did not follow the founding organization's process for succession of leadership. Page 16. Oh dear God. This is what I'm dealing with. I can't number my pages if I can't find where they're quoting from. It's because 12, I do talk about the true church, but not in that wording. They're quoting me as they're claiming, and no, they're not. Oh man, I just, we're already at 27 minutes, and already you can see the problems we're having. Dear God. Wow. So yeah, I'm going to have to go through each one of these claimed quotes and add any others in here. Wow. My God. Okay, so let me move on, because that's going to be a big old mess or splits, which I don't think is the right word, but sounds right. Okay, so now we need to explain to the judge, which I shouldn't have to. Defense counsel justifies misquoting the plaintiff for not complying with U.S. code ... So I'll have to fill it in, because they're supposed to respond to each and every single count. They're not doing that because they say, oh, these are frivolous and bizarre conspiracy theories. And they're misquoting me. And so I just, how do you respond to that other than to say they failed to do their job? Defense counsel justifies misquoting the plaintiff for not complying with U.S. code to respond to each and every count. Okay? So that's now going to be in there. Let's see. In the amended complaint, okay, those are the religious. I need to touch on the religious part. Defense counsel justifies misquoting the plaintiff for not complying No, it's not for not complying. Justifies misquoting the plaintiff to argue the First Amendment protections to their client rather than addressing the plaintiff's allegations of criminal behavior using religion as a front. Okay, so that's going to be the fourth point in this argument, is that in the third paragraph here under factual background, we make up our own facts. Oh dear God, I got to put that in there. I got to make sure to put that in there. Claims allegations listed in their factual background section. Because this is just unbelievable how stupid they are. I seriously. I mean, you'd expect that from a grade school student. I would expect this from a grade school because I saw my peers making these kinds of errors as I was at the top of my class. And so, yeah, I know kids have difficulty sometimes catching on to English grammar, catching on to syntax and sentence structure and comprehension and spelling. But dear God, this is who the church hires to protect them. This is how confident they are, how much power they think they have, because they can just get away with anything. Oh yeah, put those two guys, those flunkies from the BYU, they should be able to handle it. We'll just have these other guys threaten the judge. Oh dear God. Alright. I'm addressing in 4 that they're trying to claim religious immunity and justifying it by ignoring my claims for accusation of crimes. It's on that page. Because they sent me multiple copies when I opened the mail that day and went over it with you. I didn't go over all of it. I just, and this one, in the amended complaint where plaintiff finally does accuse the church of wrongdoing, we're now going to create a wrongdoing, but then we're going to show how it's wrong. His allegations are conclusory or simply bizarre. Which one is it? Is it bizarre or conclusory? You can't put both and have the judge say, oh, I'm going to pick this one. And so here's a quote, and like I said, I have to go over and check this. And the defendant sues coded hate speech, and so I know it's under hate speech. It has to be, but it looks like they're picking on me for a typing error, I'm assuming. But after the first 2 that I went over to try to verify, they're making up their own case. So they may have made the typing error and then realized after typing it, hey, you know what? This is bizarre. It's conclusionary. We'll put that in there. But, oh man. But that's the accusation. That's what an accusation is. It's a conclusion. Conclusionary. It's because that, and then I have to then present the evidence, and just, oh my God. And so I need to address this paragraph, I guess, because I have to respond to each of their claims, just as they were supposed to do for all my counts. And so, yeah, they are admitting to wrongdoing under white supremacy and hate speech. They're admitting to white supremacy and hate speech. They're not saying, you know, this isn't really wrongdoing. See, because here, let me word it for you exactly as they have it. In the amended complaint, where plaintiff finally does accuse the church of wrongdoing, his allegations are conclusionary or simply bizarre. So they're admitting to these as being accusations. And it should be uses coded hate speech rather than sues coded hate speech. So they're just dumb for not recognizing that if it is in fact an actual typo. I have to go back and verify it, but regardless, they are confessing that my allegations are legitimate for hate speech, and that the defendant uses and teaches the use of white supremacist speech, and they put that in quotes. So they wanted the judge to know that they are confessing to white supremacist speech and hate speech, and trying to force my compliance to return to giving loyalty to them and resume making payments through coded such as listed. And they're confessing to the previous crime that they said was protected under the First Amendment for religion, the financial crime, and loyalty oaths, which is what criminal organizations do, which is in the rules for judicial conduct, that you don't have a conflict of giving loyalty to an organization that's involved in a case. So, yeah, what am I going to do on that one? I'm just going to say defense counsel admits to using hate speech and white supremacist speech. Defense counsel admits and confesses to their client's use of hate speech, and in quotes, and quote, white supremacist speech. Confesses to the crimes and client's criminal use. I should put criminal use. Criminal use of hate speech and white supremacist speech. They're admitting it. I can't see where they're rebuting or rebutting that. They're just saying yeah, he finally does accuse. So, I'm not going to argue with him. Okay, so the next one. Defendant relates bizarre stories throughout his complaint. Oh yes, there was this one time in band camp. That have nothing to do with defendants, such his parents thinking he was gay. Again, this goes back to the previous count where they were not understanding the jurisdiction or refusing to understand the jurisdiction, which after I'm going through this, I may not be sure. They may not know it, but again, I'll be using 42 USC 1985 to show that all Mormons, all involved in aiding and abetting the church, are also guilty and making the church guilty. That's what this is, because they talk about my use of parents, and so they're trying to make fun of me for the way my parents treated me, thinking I was gay, and so that's all it is. Such as, they only use the one case with parents. Defense counsel again shows ignorance of 42 USC 1985 for conspiracy theories. Which are understood in federal code to involve more than one person or organization involved in the commencement of a crime. My parents are also included. They have committed a crime using the church as their justification for committing crimes against me. It's not complicated. They after all confessed to hate speech and white supremacist speech. Oh my God. Let's see, here we go. Plaintiff purports to plead claims under several varying criminal and civil statutes. What? Wait a minute. No, you said earlier. And need not be okay. Wandering and rambling allegations. I should probably address that one first, shouldn't I? Is this going to give me grief? There we go. Good. Okay, so I should deal with each paragraph with the number attached to it. But enough flavor. Allegations are frivolous. You're not supposed to dismiss, well, you're claiming frivolous. I'm going to stick with wandering. Defense counsel claims the plaintiff uses wandering and rambling, and that indicates they know about the other 2008 lawsuit. So yes, that in and of itself confirms that they know exactly what they're doing, and they're in contempt of court, and contempt of court. That's for the next video, for the final judgment of counsel. So yeah, they're plain dumb. Alright. Defense counsel claims the plaintiff uses wandering and rambling allegations despite the ordered structure listed by the plaintiff. Such an organized structure is improperly claimed by the defense counsel as frivolous to justify not responding in accordance with U.S. Code to respond to each and every count. Okay, there's the new number one. Alright, so then we can go back to what is now number 8. Plaintiff purports to plead claims under several varying criminal and civil statutes. These claims are outlandish and without merit. And so again, I need to remind them that defense counsel in replying to the plaintiff's complaint are not yet in the stage to claim the complaint is outlandish and without merit. Such a stage is to be held during a hearing or at a trial. As relief, so this is split up into another one. See, because to respond to the complaint within the 30 days, which they failed to follow, they're supposed to, since they used motion to dismiss, they can use, well, it's wrong jurisdiction, we're not the people, or it's the wrong organization that deals with lawsuits against the church. That's what they're supposed to be saying. If they don't agree, doesn't matter. And they're claiming they don't agree. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. Let me make sure I put irrelevant to disagree with the allegations. Okay. So I'm going to make sure I get that wording in there. Alright, so as relief, plaintiff requests the implementation of a new economic system. No, I don't. Again, they're creating new things. Okay, so where... My goodness, this is huge. Why is that there? Don't drink the Kool-Aid. This is... It's under 3. That's the bigamy one. They never touched bigamy. Counts under 4. Okay. Come on, guy. Where is it? Did I mix up the... Counts under 1? No, this is the previous. This is not the amended. So, okay. National system. Are that what they're doing? That they acquired the previous count and are going by that? That would be weird. Why would they do that? Yeah, that's not the... Oh, wait a minute. What is going on here? Yeah, that's the old filing. That's the original civil rights complaint. Oh, man. Is that what they did? And thus they didn't see it under 1985 because I filed it under RICO. So where's my... It's under 2. Because there's a distinct style and pattern with this that they cannot mess up. And that's why they said, under my amendment. Yeah, in the amendment complaint. That's what they're doing. Oh, wow. Oh, they really screwed up. Because the hearing that was held on November 1st disregarded. She dismissed my complaint and said, I have to redo it. I have to make an amendment complaint. And, that's why I can't find any of it. Oh, we have got them by the balls. Get your balls to the wall, man. That's also by Accept, by the way. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. Balls to the wall. Count one. Okay, so we're still following that pattern. Still following that pattern. That pattern. Oh, we've got them by the balls. Counts under 5. Counts under 6. Okay. Yep. Unbelievable. How could they make such a grave error and think that I'm not going to catch it, as I almost didn't catch it. But then still used it against them, but counts 1. So this should be alright, so now I gotta go to the online file version. Let's save this. Open. Browse. Let's see. Motion to accuse by discovery. Me versus CLP. Motion nature of addendum. Which one is it? Me versus CLP? No, they don't look like they would be. Too few pages. Travis Wayne Goodsell versus LDS Church. No. Alright, so we're going to have to check these, I guess, aren't we? Or did I put it in a final order? Motion. Addendum 2 counts. No, that's amended lawsuit. There it is. Maybe. Yeah, there it is. Alright. No, that's the nature of the case. There it is. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, I should have used this to find the page numbers and found out sooner. Okay, here's the request for relief. Alright. So, let's cover up the viewing monitor. Alright. As relief, plaintiff requests the implementation of a new economic system using the defendant's property and assets, or in the alternative, for the defendant to relinquish control of the corporation to plaintiff in order for plaintiff to show the corruption of the organization. Again, they're making up. Yeah, to To receive the sufficient amount of money compensation to shut down the churches would allow me to safely form my own religion and move to a safe location. Have to go out of business. The total asset value and gross worth of the defendant is kept secret. Financial educated guesses estimate the defendant's worth at tens to hundreds of billions, and this was before the 100 billion in tithing got released. So yeah, it's no, you're mixing up the criminal activities you're calling corrupt, show the corruption of the organization. No, you just, my God, they're purposely doing this too. And so again, I'll have to remind the court for the defense counsel's claim okay, so they're not really saying anything there. Yeah, there's nothing for that. I'll just say that again, they are demonstrating of the plaintiff's request for relief again shows the defense counsel's ignorance of English comprehension. That's all I can say. Let's see, though not quoting this time, they nonetheless summarized very poorly. Alright. So I'm wondering now, because we're getting into the argument, and so I'm kind of wondering if this is what I'm supposed to reply to, not the factual background. So this might be a separate section. So let's see. Let me do that. So let me put counters to factual background section. Alright. Counters to argument section. See, this is. I am sensing they're attempting to trap me, as it's clear they're not that dumb. But I don't want to fall for their rabbit hole trap either. The amended complaint wholly fails to comply with the pleading requirements set forth. And again, that's the rule I'm using against them for what they failed to follow. The court should dismiss. That's A. So now they're trying to claim Supreme Court rulings that don't apply. It does not require detailed factual allegations. Huh. Well, that's going to help me, guys. But it demands more than an adorned, the defendant unlawfully harmed me accusation. Well, yeah. We need to be presenting evidence. That's what is going to be presented. And you don't want me to present the evidence because of the things you purposely ignored and came up with this cover story of my ignorance. Okay. And so, yeah, the arguments. Let's see, to dismiss the action sua sponte because it is frivolous and fails to state a claim on which relief may be granted. And so, yeah, it's simple in the sense of defense counsel failed to legitimately conclude the plaintiff's complaint is frivolous. As the premises do not soundly lead to their conclusion. As stated by the plaintiff. The arguments, therefore, are frivolous. The arguments, therefore, are frivolous. As the plaintiff did, in fact, comply with the pleading requirements and The action? You mean the motion. Because it is frivolous and fails to state a claim. Does in fact state a claim on which relief may be granted. And is there a third? Nope, that's it. Wow, they're actually putting the company's name on it. Wow. And does in fact state a claim on which relief may be granted. With the orderly listing of 46 counts. Remember when I counted them? All of which the defense counsel refused to respond and reply to as required by the pleading requirements. As required in Rule 8. ... Alrighty. So I think that is it in a nutshell. I have to go over all of this again, like I said, those bastards. For the foregoing reasons, defendant respectfully requests. Alrighty. Now, are we an hour into this? Yeah, hour 13 minutes. My hell.